So the first step of the Salvia method, or the Salvia method, or Salvia, I'm not too sure how to pronounce the name, but the first step of this method is to build a line on the L face, like this face, or this one. So you could think of it either as the line from ZZ, like the EO line, or two opposite cross pieces. You do not want to build those pieces on the color that you use for D or for U, because it is not going to be part of the D layer. So, for instance, I'm going to make a one on orange, and I'm going to use the orange and blue, and then connect it right there. Now, this one goes there. Whoops. Goes like that. So now you have a little line. And it doesn't matter what goes here or what goes here, as long as it's on the L face and running horizontally, with correct centers, of course. Now we're just going to solve the two corners that go right here, that go on the line. The first one, the one that's closest to me, is this one, the blue and orange. So I'm going to go find the blue, orange, and white corner. Surprise is already on the bottom and can be put in the correct orientation with just a R prime. And so since it's in the correct orientation in the bottom, I'm just going to do a D2 to bring it to its proper edge. Similar story with this one. Let's find the corner first. It's right here. And now we can just move this over by, bringing this slot above the corner, then inserting it as if it were the beginner's method, because I'm sure we all know how to insert corners via the beginner's method. Okay, so the next part is to solve the other two corners. I can see here that this one's already solved, so I'm just going to take it out and pretend it isn't. You can do this either intuitively, or you can do it with the, the RU, R prime, the stuff that you learned to insert corners for the beginner's method. So let's insert this one right there, like the beginner's method would, put it over, and insert. And this one as well. Insert. We're all good. So now the next part is to solve these two edges, and thus completing the belt around the cube, and leaving only the edges on D to be solved. How you can think of this, you can either do it something like more advanced at where you would, and then just like that. But since this is a video for people who are not too familiar with the method, I'm gonna give it to you in algorithms. So essentially just what you have to do is to put one of the pieces, like this one right here, or this one, into the top layer. So which piece needs to go here? This one does. So in order to do that, I'm going to do an M2, move it out of the way, and do another M2 in order to restore this corner. This center, I'm sorry. So now this is in the top layer, and I'm going to see if it does in fact match up with the center. You're going to bring it into the back and use this algorithm to solve it. And then use an M prime to restore the center. And now you do a very similar thing with the other piece, which, conveniently for your explanation here, does not match up with the front center. So we're going to bring it into the back, and we're going to solve it with this algorithm. It's like pretty much the same thing as before, except slightly different. And there we go, we don't need to restore the center in this time, because we've already done it in the middle of the algorithm. The next step in this method, you will need to solve all of the remaining corners, or the remaining edges on the bottom. So in order to do this, there are only two algorithms that you need to know. And again, that depends on whether or not the the front layer matches with the front QB sticker that you can see on the desired D piece. For example, let's use this one right here. This piece is going to go right there, and since the white is on the front instead of the blue, which would make it match up, we're going to do this algorithm. As you can see, what was happening is I am bringing the center up to match up with the is correct color, doing a U to match them up, and bringing them down. And now, that oriented another edge differently, so I can now explain to you the second method of inserting an edge. If the face color, right here, matches up with the sticker color, we will just bring it up, flip it around, and bring it down. And if you have something stuck on the bottom, you can just do one of those algorithms to put it back, to put this up in the top layer. And now you can solve it, and then this one as well. And there you go. You have the first two layers with the Salvia method. And now all you need to do now is solve the corners using whatever type of method you might use to solve the corners. There are lists of algorithms called CLL algorithms. I'm not going to show them all to you, but you can go online and find them. The algorithm to solve this I would use is as such. Now you just solve the edges like I just used a really bad example of LSE from the rubik method, but you would use ELL. But seeing as I do not know any ELL algorithms, well, I did not know that specific ELL algorithm, I did not use it. So, enjoy using that method and get some good times.